Tony D and Little Joan asleep in my lap, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Fallen, a movie that combines a bunch of young adult stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if it was based on a book, and it has just about every young person trope you could possibly think of. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 15, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, what I mean about the young people's tropes, the tropes in young adult novels and entertainment, like Divergent and to some extent The Hunger Games, and there's been a couple other series, The Maze Runner. The only one this one doesn't have is Daddy, disapproving Daddy, but all the other ones are here. She has amnesia. She's trapped in some sort of weird dystopian facility. She doesn't remember her previous love, who remembers her, of course. There's all sorts of intrigue and drama stuff. Lines like, "Oh, you don't know the truth," things like that. It's just a bunch of hyped up. Oh, and she touches the wound on that dead woman and says, "Oh God, it's coming for me." What? I don't understand any of this movie. Literally, watch this trailer. What year does it take place? What country is it in? It's so far removed and yet so cliched at the same time. Listen, if you're going to remove us and put us in a completely different world, at least make it different some way. Basically, she seems to be trapped in some kind of Victorian aged looking asylum, I guess. But it's a dystopian future. I don't know how they keep these people here. I don't know why all the patients are the same age, roughly the same age, and all beautiful and allowed to have male and female interaction. Because it starts with her being convicted of manslaughter. You think they'd send her to a place where she couldn't have sex with men and get pregnant. Dr. Bashir from Deep Space Nine is in it. So good to see him working, I guess. But God, this looks awful. This looks awful. This is all icing, no cake. You know, the cake is your message. The icing is just what you put on it to get people to watch it. If you make it all out of icing, it's sickening. And that's what this trailer is to me. It's sickening. It's just got trope after trope, drama piece after drama piece. I don't know the basics about this world. I don't know where it is. I don't know what time period it is in. I don't know what country it's in. Is it the future? Is it an alternate reality? Is she in an asylum, a prison? What the hell is this? Oh, but all the drama's there. Oh, the thing is after me. What thing? A demon? Is it a demon? Why are you trapped in this facility? What kind of government does this? Why won't you tell me anything about the movie? Like, that would be the basic thing you would tell me in the opening of this. Trapped in a mental facility or whatever. Are you so afraid of that word you can't even use that? Okay. Trapped and convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I guess. Oh, and also, he sees her as a woman that he knew in a past life who's dead, or maybe it's his current life. I don't know. That's impossible. Well, so was she dead and brought back to life? Are you just trying to tease us with as many possibilities as possible just to get us to watch this thing? Because none of it's working for me. None of it. I want to be as far away from this thing as possible. I don't want to watch it at all. I wouldn't watch this thing on a bet, even though it's a movie and it's supposed to only be a few hours. It looks so boring and cliched. And yet, I know nothing about it. So, first act, I don't know, she's convicted of manslaughter somehow. And she's young and beautiful. Oh, so naturally they sentenced her to a beautiful mansion full of equally young and beautiful people who are also sentenced there. And it's a big mystery. Oh, I've been here 2 years and no one's ever left. Well, if you're remaking The Prisoner, just make it. But, geez, make it interesting. So she spends the second act trying to figure out, oh, I remember things, I don't remember things. What is this place? Who are you? What is this? Blah, 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 blah. Can't you just tell us something? Can you give us one piece of data point? Oh, but don't worry, you'll figure it out eventually after you watch the entire thing. In which case, you'll probably be exhausted at the end of it and go, oh, thank God this is over. Do they get together? I guess so, unless they're going to drag it out for a franchise. Jesus. I hate this. I kind of hate this. I really do. It seems the most dumbed down piece of fluff I've ever seen. Is it based on a book? It doesn't say here. Let's go to the IMDb, do a little detective work. And I mean very little because, God, Fallen. Is this it? Like 19 million things named that. Okay. Follows Luce, a young woman who is sent to the Sword and Cross, a cult-like rehabilitation facility where she must serve time for a crime she doesn't even remember committing. Oh, and it says movie on the trailer, but this is a series. Okay. So that explains a little bit of why this is all dragged out, because it's going to be dragged out over a whole season. But God, TV... So there's more of this. You're saying there's actually more of this than 2 hours. Dear God, no. Dear God, no. 8 episodes. Only 8. Now we're down to 8 episodes for a season. That's a season now. Used to be 52, because that was every week for a year. Then it was 26. Then it was 13. Then it was 10. Now it's 8. You're supposed to get to 100 to do an entire season. The only reason they're down to 8 is, the BBC does shorter seasons, but their shows used to be high quality when they did them that short. They were super well written, some of them. But this, oh man, it's painful to watch. Utterly painful to watch. I don't remember things. Oh, I'll teach you. About what? Nothing. I know nothing about this world. I watched an entire trailer, and yet I know nothing. It's a cult. She's sentenced to a rehabilitation facility. How does that even work? Oh, and it's a cult. What? It doesn't make sense. My brain hurts talking about this thing. Sometimes I get comments from people who worked on movies or TV shows that I've criticized. And they, sometimes they defend it and sometimes they don't. If you worked on this, defend this. I dare you to defend this to me. I bet you can't. I bet you won't. Because what this looks like, it reminds me of the kind of show that Lost was. Lost, to me, was an endless tease just to get you to watch. So they put out some crumbs. Oh, there's going to be intrigue here, and they're in a cult, and maybe she was dead, and now she's not, and maybe she was in love with this guy, and now she is. Oh, but maybe there's this other guy, maybe this, and maybe that. I don't care. I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care about one thing in this. You've made me not care by just endless tease of nothing. This is like a show. This is the Kamala Harris of TV shows, in my view. Complete and utter emptiness. Like, soulless beyond belief. Like, nothing to say, but please watch this. That's it. That's all it has to say. Please watch this. You might get to see something. No. 1,000 times no. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan, sitting in my lap. Nice and comfy. Thanks for tuning in today. Tomorrow I'll be at the United Methodist Communities at Pittman Manor at 2 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. This is for residents and family. Sometimes they open it up to the public. Please call first if you want to go. However, the next day, open to the public, is the Blackwood Farmers Market. And that's on Lakeland Drive in Blackwood. Right there, 508 Lakeland Drive. I believe there's some sort of building or parking lot. I'm not sure. So come on out to that on Thursday from 3 to 7. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.